All right, good day. Welcome to OBS Metal Dash. So the 81 to 87 C10 column video is doing pretty good. It's got a lot of hits and I've gotten a lot of emails. I actually sold a few columns off the video too. So I've had a couple requests and I'm gonna go ahead and fill those requests tonight. Everybody's asking me how to cut one of these down 2 inches where it's 2 inches shorter. So we're gonna go through that tonight. So this is a 81 87 C10 tilt that I got here that I'm going to cut down, and you can do this on any GM tilt. So this is not just for this column. So this works on any GM tilt column. You can't move these these studs right here. They gotta stay in the same position. So you take it out of here. But I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's get to it. So you can see what I got. We need some tape. Everything's been sandblasted already, and I need that thing, whatever it's called, and the 4 bolts and the ignition housing. And if you can come up with a set of these, that'd make it a lot easier. Yeah, but you can do it without, but that makes things easier. You'll need both the dimmer rod for the high beam and the ignition rod. A marker, naturally, and a good one. You got to use a good, straight, fresh Sharpie. Pretty much every time you fresh Sharpie. So we blasted the shaft. You don't have to cut the shaft. You just shrink it down, but you have to cut this. So here, these are designed to collapse when if you crash or something like that. So you don't want to just start collapsing this because you only got about, I think that's somewhere around about here. So the thickness from here to here is only a little bit. So when you start pushing this up, then it's gonna all just wallow around. So we're gonna show you how to do that one too. Take it out at the top, and naturally the main tube and all that good stuff. So naturally this column's already apart. I just about tripped over one of my dash jigs. So this one's already apart. So if you wanna know how to take it apart and all that stuff, go to one of my other videos and it shows you how to take this column apart and all that good stuff. So this video is only going to show you how to do the physical cut, and we're not going to go through any paint work or reassembly or nothing like that. We're just going to show you how to do the physical cut and how you do this whole job. Okay, we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, what I did here was we got the stock column and I measured from the top. There we go. 3.5 to there. It's kind of hard to do sometimes, looking through the screen and the phone. 3.5 and 5.5. And then I put tape all the way around to make sure I got a nice even cut all the way around. I measured about 5 times all the way, so that way I can run the tape around and then I can cut this out and be nice and straight. So I'm going to cut this out. Naturally, you see that we didn't bother those bolts down there, the studs or whatever. Okay, back in just a minute. Okay, so I got it clamped in place. I beveled the edges right here. Let me get you to see it. So I beveled the edge right there. And I'm leaving room to weld in. Nice and clamped straight. So you want to make sure that you I can do this here. I'm going to make sure that is nice and straight, going all the way across. Can't be crooked. Can't have an air pocket somewhere, or you'll be steering in the left-hand position when you're over on the right-hand side of the truck. Okay, and then make sure that it's sometimes kind of hard to do here. Oh, there we go. All right. Make sure that's good and straight like that. Okay, so it's really easy to do because to line it back up in the exact same spot, there's that where they wrapped it over and put it together. Just make sure you line that back up again just like so, and you're good. And would help make sure it's 26 inches. All right, I'm gonna get this welded up and ground down, and then we're gonna do the shift tube. And then after we do the shift tube, we'll put the We're going to put the ignition housing on, and I'll show you how to do the high beam rod and the ignition rod. Super easy. All right, got that all welded up, ground down, nice and smooth, and looks pretty good. So you want to make sure that it's nice and straight. Okay, so we took exactly 2 inches out of here. So when you take exactly 2 inches out of here, you got to take exactly 2 inches out of the shift tube and exactly 2 inches out of those two. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the shift tube now, and we're going to do that up in here, this section here. And you don't have to make, really you don't have to make this as pretty as you do here, because once that's installed, you never see anything. So I'll show you, we're going to get this all welded up, and then I'll show you how to put it somewhat together and do those and make it really simple. So with the shift tube, it's the same. There's a line that goes all the way down right here, and you can use that as your guideline. So we're going to cut it here and here and take 2 inches out. Okay, so if you want to make this a floor shift column, then all you have to do is cut this off. Let me get a marker here. So if you want to make it a floor shift, then just cut this off right like that. Just cut that off right like that and round it off. Don't make it straight like I did in my line. But just round that off, and you get rid of this, and then you can round that off. Don't take this piece off. Just cut that off right there. That's all you gotta do. Okay, once again, you see where I cut and then I lined up. That's that factory line where they welded it, where they rolled it over and welded it. And I beveled both edges so I can weld this. I TIG weld these. And after I weld it, I'll grind it all down, smooth it out. So, and if you don't want to, if you're in a hurry or whatever, however you want to do it faster or something like that, you can just weld this and then be done. It'll still go in, and it'll still go inside. I had a war wound the other day. Still go inside the column without hitting anything, and it'll still spin just fine. It won't grab anything. So you can just weld this and be done if you don't want to. If you want to go all the way with it. We got both of the mass tube nice and cleaned up, all sanded down, welded up, 2 inches shorter, and the shift tube cut down 2 inches shorter and all welded up. So the next part is you want to take off 2 inches from the bottom. Don't take it off of this part right here, and take it off the bottom of the shift bowl. Okay, so there's 2 shift bowls on these truck columns, on these cars and trucks. So you got the metal here and plastic here, and naturally you take the 2 inches off here. And like a 69 to 72 Chevelle and Skylarks and GTOs and stuff like that, they all have a solid bowl that's a solid metal. So you can take it off, cut it off here at the bottom, because that when that column's in the car anyway, you only see just the part right here anyway. So if you're doing this into a Chevelle or something like that, or a Camaro or whatever, then you can take it off with a hard bowl, just 2 inches off the bottom. It's no problem. And if you're going to do a floor shift, like I showed you to cut that off if you want to. This one's not going to be floor shift. But if you're going to do that and you want to grind this off really, really good with these grinding wheels like this right here works. That's how I use them all the time. Grind this off really, really good and fill this with 3M panel bond. That is the stuff to use. It will 3M panel bond will physically go through a powder coating oven at 420 degrees for 20 minutes. I've done it and it does not mess it up. It actually cures it really, really good, and it gets all the air pockets out of it. Looks like the moon craters a little bit, but you don't necessarily have to do that. But use 3M panel bond here. It can grind it off and sand it down. Do not, and I repeat, do not use fiberglass or Bondo body filler. It will not stick to that, period. Okay, so you're going to want to put the column together like this. Just do a quick install. There's no Loctite or anything like that, and they're snug pretty tight. You don't have to crank them down all the way. Just good snug so it doesn't wobble around. Make sure this spins like it's supposed to, nice and free. Make sure there's no wobble. Make sure that's not worn out on the inside. That was perfect right there. That's absolutely perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 inches out of each one of these, but boy, you gotta be very careful at where you do it at, because you'll mess things up in a hurry if you don't. So right there is where it's at. There's not a whole lot of clearance. But that's no problem. We'll get it. So on here, you can pick a spot wherever you want. And we're gonna cut it right here. So when you, I had to think about that for a second there. So we're gonna draw a straight line all the way down. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so if you look, there's a little notch right there. See how it kind of bends like that? Yeah, there you go, that's better. So that's to go around, so it's not right up against the base of the tube. So you're gonna go up just a little bit past that notch on a nice straight part right there, and you put a line all the way down the middle so you can line it back up properly, and then exactly 2 inches apart right here. Okay, I'm getting ready to weld this part up here. This is the ignition, or the high beam rod. I'm gonna weld it right there. See if it, these stupid phones, they don't like to focus. So I lined up, where's my line at? There's my line. So line up, make sure it's real good close like that, and weld her up. Okay, I got this all back together. This is how you want to put it back together. Stick the column back together like this, and put the high beam rod in place. And then the ignition rod is in place inside there. So as you can see, it's a little bit longer than what it's supposed to be. I think this is supposed to be end up somewhere around right about there. So we're gonna take 2 inches out of here to here. You don't wanna do it anywhere in this part here, because you'll really mess things up. So you wanna take it out here to here. In the same way I did last one, draw a straight line through here, and then mark off 2 inches, cut it, put the line back together, and weld it, and use the those little pliers right there. You can probably buy a set of those at Harbor Freight pretty cheap. All right, we got everything back together in a mock-up position there. We got just 2 bolts in the front. The high beam dimmer switch rod is in pretty much exactly the right position. The ignition rod is in the right position, and the high beam rod works. And naturally, the ignition switch is going to work just fine. Can't see the work anywhere. Nice and clean. All work good. So there you have it. So if you want to help put it all the way together, just you can look at my other videos. I think there's a couple of videos on how to put a high beam tilt together. And now the lower shaft, measure 2 inches up, make a line, and use like a 2x4 or something like that if you want, however, and just kind of, I'm gonna demonstrate it on the metal, but you don't want to use it metal to metal, because that's what'll mess it up. Use a 2x4, or you can even use a copper, no, not copper, a brass hammer will work good. But don't damage up the double D back down the bottom there. But all I do is measure 2 inches, and I hold it right here. I have a glove on, and I just tap it like that a handful of times, and it will collapse its own way. Now, if you want to try to make something to collapse it or whatever, I thought about that before, but I'm here to tell you it's super easy to do. And when you get all done, just take the welder and just put a small little bitty tack right here, not a solid weld, just put a light tack. That way, if you're ever in a collision or something like that, it'll break loose, no problem. And that way, if you are putting it together, because this will loosen just a little bit, and it'll go up inside the column. If you're trying to put it through the firewall and you bump it accidentally, then this will slide up inside if it's too loose. So not all of them get real loose, but when you go 2 inches up, Just put a little bitty teeny tiny tack right there, just a bzz, that's all it takes, and you're good to go. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want one of these columns, the column itself is $800 shipped. If you don't have a column, and if you want to send in your column to be done, it's $600 with the shipping back. And if you know how to do all the building of the column, and you don't have a welder and cutter and all that stuff and able to do all the grinding and welding, then you can send just these pieces here in, and I'll do them for $250. And then you can put it back together, and you'll have everything in the right position to put it all back together the way you want, and you don't have to do all the cutting and welding yourself. All right, catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.